Hello there, welcome to the ECHO Federated Cyber Range. I am Csaba Virag, the head of capacity building at Guardtime. It is my pleasure to give you a small introduction on the concept before giving the floor to Karen, who will demonstrate the current technological capabilities for you. ECHO Federated Cyber Range, or E-FCR, aims to provide a seamless cyber range and exercising experience through interconnecting existing and new cyber range capabilities, enabling cyber range service customers only to focus on defining their own needs, without actually the need to understand the technological details how that service can be provided. Our ambitious goal is to provide access to the benefits of complex cyber range solutions as simple as possible, so it can become an everyday tool in developing cyber resilience. To reach this goal, E-FCR operates as a broker among cyber ranges, enabling access to complex emulations of sector-specific and unique technologies. E-FCR is more than just a marketplace for cyber ranges. It is the one-stop shop of capacity building, from trainings to large-scale multinational exercises. E-FCR roadmap is pragmatic. Potential customers and service providers shall be able to easily find each other. Through the service catalog and supporting visualization tools, E-FCR takes care of the sales and delivery process details in the background, along with orchestrating the technical necessities seamlessly. If you wish to know more, or you would like to become a part of the E-FCR family, please feel free to contact us through ECHO Project's website. And now, I give the floor to the technical demonstration.
Hi, my name is Karl Hansen, and I lead the development of the ECHO Federated Cyber Range. In this demonstration, I will give a brief overview of the marketplace and its current state. E-FCR, in short as it is a deep web service without a permissionless access. Therefore, the service is provided to registered customers only, looking for specific cyber range services. And I'm going to start the demonstration with logging into the system as a customer to show you what kind of features, let's say, the majority of the users would see when logging into the system. So right away, the user is presented with the service catalog, which is a listing of published services in the marketplace. So in this overview, it is presented the name of the service, brief description, and some other details. And going into the service, you can see all kinds of more detailed information. I will go into this a bit later in more details, but let's step back for a second. So going back to the catalog, so currently we only have 4 sample services here, but let's say once there will be many more, it will be rather difficult to go through them one by one. So what we're doing, what we have added here is a means to search by text and filter by category, reachability, and so on, and we will have some other filters there as well. So, and in addition to just seeing the catalog, the customer can also see the customer submitted services to the system, but I will get into the details about this a bit later. So I'm actually going to log out and log in as a provider in order to show you what are the more advanced features of the platform. So again, right away, the user is presented with the service catalog. So we do not discriminate any registered users. So the published catalog can be seen by anyone, any registered user. Now, in addition to the catalog, provider can see my services, my federations. So federations is the concept of supporting the provision of services across several cyber ranges. So we can create approved federations here with other cyber ranges or content providers. Then cyber ranges, so we can register, monitor our cyber ranges connected to the FCR. And why do we need to connect the cyber ranges? It's because this way we can leverage on the available capabilities of the cyber ranges to build services in the FCR and use the data from the cyber ranges to validate the availability to provide services at customers' requested time. I will go into details about this a bit later. And finally, component details. Now, I'm going into more details to my services, and in this view, I presented all the services that either I have submitted to the system as a single provider or as a federation, or some other federation has submitted them where I am not the prime. So for example, let's say that there is a federation where RIA is prime, Guardtime is subprime, RIA has submitted a service. I can see this in this my services list. But like this, for example, this service is a federated service that Guardtime is not leading. So, but let's see how it all comes together. So the service, after clicking on create service, the service creation form is opened, where the overview details of the service can be submitted, like the name, the aim, the category, domain, and so on. And basically choosing the category opens up another set of fields that are this category specific. So for example, all our examples are based on training category. So what else we have here? Domain sector and pricing, duration, and so on. Then in the scenarios tab, we can provide more details about the scenario of the training service, for example, training or any other type of service. We can add a team. Currently we have limited to one, but we will make this a bit more dynamic. And below here we have the capabilities that have been taken from my cyber range. So these are the technical capabilities. Then we have the settings, which are basically some metadata. And finally, we can attach files to the service. So I'm going to show you how this service is then submitted to the catalog, but I'm not going to do this by hand. I'm actually going to use import functionality, which is quite a nifty feature, filling up all the fields magically. Now, one more thing I need to do is that at the top here, I have the choice to choose between current service provider and a federation. So I'm going to submit this service as a federation. And in this list, only these federations are displayed where I, as a provider, am the prime. So I'm going to choose RIA and GT Federation. I'm going into the scenario tab as well. And below here, I'm going to choose all of these capabilities for this service. So later on, when somebody submits a request for this service, then validation against these capabilities is made, but a bit about that a bit later. And now let's click publish. So let's jump to the catalog. We see that, okay, this service has indeed been submitted. And in order to actually submit the service request, I need to log out and log in with the customer. Having logged into the system with the customer again, I'm able to see the service that has been submitted to the catalog by the service provider. And upon opening the service, I'm displayed all the details of the service that the provider entered to the portal. So it's the overview and the service description. In order to purchase the service, what I need to do now is I have to submit a service request for this. First of all, I need to set a name for this service. Let's say it's training for my team. So the name is only relevant for me. I want to have this service on the 14th of December. I have 5 participants who want to include it in the training, and I submit the request. In the background, the service validation process is initiated, verifying that the provider's cyber range, or more specifically the capabilities of the cyber range, are available on the given date to provide me the requested service. So let's see in my request view what happens. I see that, very good, my service has been validated. It means that the RIA and Guardtime Federation can provide me this service on the given date for the number of people. In this view, we can start now the negotiation between the customer and the provider. But first of all, I'm actually going to jump out from the customer's view and going into the provider's view, because before the negotiation can happen, the provider would need to provide a quote. So let's first of all send a quote. Let's say first quote, and let's say it's 5,000 euros for this service. I'll click send, and now let's log out and go back to the customer's view. And the customer's view, I can see that, okay, nice, I've been provided this quote. I can reject it, I can accept it. Let's say in this case I accept the quote, and let's say thank you as well. And this message is then transferred to the provider's dashboard. So far we have concentrated mainly on the features for building a service for a marketplace. However, the E-FCR shall also support signing of the contract and the management of the payments through the portal. Once a contract has been signed between the two parties and payments have been approved, it is the service provider's responsibility to take over, brief the customer, and provide the service at the requested date. The service itself is not provided through the E-FCR portal. However, having the cyber ranges connected provides us the possibility to collect several metrics about the quality of the service, and these metrics can be used to give suggestions to the next customers. And this concludes my demonstration. Thank you and have a nice day.